What's up, good folks? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Bernicia, and you're here with the N.E.X.T podcast. Okay, so I'll just make it cute and sweet. This week's episode 12, was lackluster. Okay, I'll give this episode a 4.5 out of 10. Okay. And the only reason it made it to a 4.5 was because of the whole Wild and Out thing. I think that was exciting to see the girls doing something other than fight. However, as I said before, this episode was lackluster. Okay. So anyway, in the first scene, you have Natalie. So Natalie FaceTimes Tinkerbella, and she tells Tinkerbella that her and the girls need to get ready because they have a special appearance on the Wild and Out set. So, Tinkerbella's all excited and things, and she gets happy about the news. Okay. So after Natalie hangs up from the FaceTime with Tinkerbella, Scotty, Jayla, and Rolly walks in. So then the conversation gets started about the whole Ivory thing. Okay, so Natalie is saying how Ivory pulled her and Scotty to the side and told them that if whoever gives Big Les that chain, she's gonna fight that person.
Nigga, no.
Okay. She reveals this news to the girls, and everybody's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And then, Scotty basically confirms what Natalie said. Like, yes, she did say that, or whatever, whoop de whoop. And then that's when Rolly's like, well, you know what? She came into the show saying that she don't want to be seen as a bully, but that's kind of what it's given. Pause. Now, the video that I just uploaded before, I talked about this whole situation with Rolly and her making that comment and how Ivory reacted to Rolly making that comment. Okay, Ivory felt some kind of way once she watched the show back and saw that Rolly had called her, Rolly made that comment. But now that I'm listening to it and again, I just feel like, once again, Ivory is a fucking sensitive ass bitch. Like, she's too sensitive, and to be honest, what the fuck did Rolly honestly say wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, you came into the show saying that you didn't want to be about that life like you was on N.E.X.T, but you're doing things that's consistent with that same behavior. So I don't really see what Rolly said wrong, to be honest. Okay. So anywho, they go to talking about Slim and Rolly allowing her to stay, as the assistant or whatever, woo. And so, that. So then Natalie tells the girls that she tells the OGs that they have to make an appearance on Wild and Out. The girls get happy and excited, and then we flip to the next scene. So, in the next scene, you have Big Lex, Emma, and Pretty Pete sitting at a table. Now the scene opens up with Emma telling everybody that she had to shit like 10 times in one morning.
Nigga, no.
I don't know why the fuck we needed to hear that. Like, yes, bitch, we asked you to step it up, but we didn't ask you to be nasty, okay? So, okay, just chill, right? So, anywho, they go to talking about the events that happened the day before with the whole chain situation. And as they're having this discussion, Jasmine Renee walks in. Okay. So when Jasmine Renee comes in and sits down, Big Lex pretty much confronts her about the fact that she wanted to give away the chain. She said that, she felt like, Jasmine Renee should have embraced the chain, whoop de woo. And so Jasmine Renee was basically like, well, I'm not materialistic. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't cherish material things. I have these type of things back at home. I literally sleep in a California king size bed. And like, as she's saying this, like, Lex is in the confessionals rolling her eyes and talking shit, popping that shit like, well, bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lex felt some kind of way. Now, I did see some of the comments. Some people felt like Lex was being a hater. But I just feel like at this point, Lex was like, well, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, First of all, you was on the chopping block. We know that you didn't deserve the chain. And now you sitting up here saying, like, you don't even want the fucking chain, bitch. And I know that I'm the one that deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may not be nothing to you, okay? But, bitch, I'm trying to come up. So it does matter to me. And it just feels even more of a slap in the face, the fact that you acting like you don't even give a fuck about the chain. You know what I'm saying? So I do kind of understand where Lex is coming from, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, girl, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, at this point, nobody really knows the tea behind, other than the OGs as far as what Ivory said about the chain. Because we do, now that we know that Ivory had them threaten the fucking OGs and they got scared and gave it to somebody else instead of Big Lex, now it all makes sense. But, of course, at this point, Big Lex obviously don't know that. So it's just like, she just feels snubbed. You feel me? So anywho, Big Lex goes on to say that, to ask Jasmine Renee how she felt about, Summer snatching her chain and things. And then she was basically like, well, I see Summer's point of view. And the way that Big Lex was going on, I'm glad that Pretty P pretty much switched the topic back to her and Big Ivory, because I feel like had Big Lex continued to run her mouth, she was going to fuck around and say the wrong thing. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Jasmine Renee would have activated, but had it been any other bitch and she was sitting up there like, bitch, I know you salty about that chain, but calm the fuck down, bitch. Like, for real. Like, I know you and Summer fuck with each other, but bitch, don't be coming for me. You know what I'm saying? Don't come for me, bitch. Don't come for me. Okay? So anywho, Pretty P asks Big Lex, how does she feel about Ivory? What's going to be the situation with Ivory? Whatever. And so Ivory basically says, like, I got energy to run it round for round for round. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with the girl, but she's not going to stop. So it is what it is. Like, I'm going to keep fighting if that bitch keep wanting it. You know what I'm saying? And I concur. Like, bitch, if you keep coming for me, I'm going to keep fighting you. Like, it is what it is. No problem. I got energy for days. I feel you. So in the next scene, you have Ivory, Tinka, and Diamond. Okay? So Diamond asks Ivory, she's like, so were you serious when you said that you wanted to fight the OGs? And so Ivory basically was like, yeah, I was dead ass. And I told them that to their face. She's like, I want to fight. She's like, I want to fight that bitch Alexis, talking about Big Lex. And I want to fight whichever bitch switched the name from the door or whatever. And whoop whoop. And so then Tinka asks her, and check this, I could tell Tinka really trying to peak game. Tinkerbell really trying to peak game. So she was like, so do you want to fight Alexis for the principle of it, or do you want to fight her because you felt like you ain't get her good enough? AKA because you felt like you lost. Right? So Ivory was like, no, I want to fight that bitch for the principle of it, because she tried me and she know that wasn't her room. Like, so then the conversation changes and they go to talking about the whole Summer snatching, not Ivory, but snatching Jasmine Renee's chain. And so Ivory is like, I didn't like that shit, but Summer's crazy or whatever. I ain't had no problems with Summer. She's crazy or whatever, but I didn't like that. And so as they're talking about Summer, she comes walking out. I swear that bitch is like Lord Voldemort. You say her name, she appears. Okay? She did that shit on the Sprinter a couple episodes ago. They was talking about her. The bitch was nowhere in the scene. And then next thing you know, she appears. It's like when she say her name 3 times, she'll pop up like Candyman. Candyman. Bitch say Summer. She coming, boy. She is coming. So when she sits down, she pretty much confronts Ivory about the whole situation with Jazz. She was like, so what's up with you, like, jumping into the fight with Jazz? And Ivory was like, you need to leave that girl alone. Basically. Summer was basically like, do you got a problem with me? I don't understand, because I fought with you too. Like, Lex my girl, but I fuck with you too, and da da da. Basically, Summer ain't want no smoke with Ivory, and she was just confused as to why Ivory turned on her like a rabid dog. But like Ivory said, like, bitch, You over there with Lex, okay? But at the same time, Tinkerbell decided to speak up on the situation, and she was right. Ivory feels a way towards Summer because she's all buddy with Lex, and Lex is Ivory's op. But Ivory is doing the same thing when it comes to Jasmine Renee, because Summer and Jasmine Renee are enemies. And if y'all two like each other, but y'all fucking with each other ops, both of y'all, that puts both of y'all in the same space. Like, both of y'all was talking to someone that the other person don't like. I mean, pot kettle much. I mean, Ivory can't be mad at Summer for taking up for her friend when you taking up for Jazz, because you like Jazz more. So, I mean, whatever. But like Ivory said, bitch, do you want to fade? Do you want problems like your friend Big Lex? Summer said no. So anywho, the scene switches to the OGs. They're on the sprint event. Everybody's the OGs are headed to the destination for Wild 'N Out, and Natalie's pretty much giving the girls the rundown. Okay. They're talking about a few things, nothing too important. Natalie just mentions the fact that she doesn't want any fighting while they're there. And she was like, if any bitch fight while we're at this Wild 'N Out thing, they can pack their bags and leave right there from Wild 'N Out. Natalie is not playing. She said, bitch, we is not going to be barred from no more clubs, events, fucking concerts. We're not going to be barred from nothing else behind y'all hoes, okay? So, anywho, the OGs arrive to the Wild 'N Out situation, and the new girls pull up a little bit after them. And so Lenny makes an announcement about what the girls are going to do once they get on stage, how they're going to come out, and things like that. And he also mentions the fact that he has a surprise for Natalie. I wonder what that surprise is going to be. So the scene flashes back to the newbies in the Sprinter van, okay, because they hadn't yet arrived to the scene. So anyway, Ivory jumps on the bus real quick, and she grabs her some liquor. I guess she feeling real salty because of whatever fuck she feeling. She just mad. So she feeling real salty. She's like, oh, I'm not going to ride with you guys today, you bitches today, or whatever. So she comes on there, get her a swig of liquor, and like bops off. So when she bops off, the rest of the girls like, they look like, okay, well, bitch, you ain't got to act stank. You know what I'm saying? So Dolly says in her confessional, she was like, well, bitch, I don't know what the problem is, because you can't win them all. You win some, you lose some. Shit, it is what it is. Like, because everybody can tell at this point that Ivory's attitude is just ridiculous, right? So then this discussion kind of turns into like who's scared of Ivory. And so Diamond mentions the fact that the OGs act like they're scared of y'all. She was like, y'all bitches act like I'd be scared of Ivory. And Summer breaks out and says, no, I'm not scared of Ivory. Well, bitch, you are scared of her. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you just had a sit-down confrontation with the girl, and you backed down real quick, okay? But that's okay, because you felt her hands. You was one of the first people to fight her, so I get it. Like, we already established that Ivory can whoop your ass. But with that being said, the conversation then switched to Diamond when she was walking out the club, right? So if you guys remember last episode, when Diamond was coming out the club, she got kicked in the stomach, all right? And like I told y'all then, it was Pretty P's sister, okay? So now at this point, they know who the person was. Here goes Summer. So you talking about those little 4 or 5 people that was in front of the... Like the bitch tried to say Pretty P ain't got no fans. She was like, the four or 5 people that was sitting up by the door. So that was like, yeah, that Pretty P's sister. Tinkerbella felt some kind of way about that because Diamond seemingly was willing to move past it or whatever. According to Diamond, her and Pretty P had a conversation about it, and Pretty P let her know, like, bitch, I ain't had nothing to do with that. Like, my sister did that of her own free will. I didn't set it up or nothing like that. Whoop de whoop. And my sister's nothing but a kid. She's 18. And on top of that, she was arrested. Jail. 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 So that same night, I don't know if she was arrested for kicking Diamond or was she just arrested for some other reckless shit she did. But apparently the sister was arrested. But Tinker feels like, bitch, you need to apologize for your sister. But Diamond kept talking over Tinkerbella while she was trying to grill Pretty P. And I think it's just because Diamond wants to move past it. She don't want to like continue to rupture that problem or whatever. Whoop de whoop. But Tinkerbella's just like, bitch. We need to get some retribution back in this motherfucker, because some retaliation, because that's not right. Like, that bitch sicked her sister on you. And even if she didn't sick the sister, like, bitch, you still got a fade for your motherfucking sister, bitch. That's disrespectful as fuck. Like, bitch, it's still somebody who did it on your behalf. So, cause since we can't whoop her ass, we can whoop your ass. Okay? Like, simple. Part of me agree with Tinkerbella, because I feel like if the shoe was on the other foot, Pretty P wouldn't have no understanding for Diamond. Like, she wouldn't have that same type of empathy and like ready to forgive and move on. You seen how Diamond had those injuries and Pretty P just didn't give a fuck. She wanted to fight. So I would have kept that same energy with Pretty P as, bitch, I ain't cutting you no breaks because you ain't cut me none. But y'all know Diamond, for what it's worth, she is a very forgiving person. Like, I've seen her move past a lot of situations or whatever. Woo to woo. So anywho, yeah, like I said, Ivory ass is fucking salty. So anywho, the scene switches back to the OGs. They're at this, they're in the studio at this point and they're trying to do mic check. And I'm not gonna lie, like, what was the fucking point of this whole episode? Because most of the episode was spent doing their sound check or whatever. And all the girls came up, they did a little 1-2 trying to, you know, practice they whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, like, Jada and Alexis, bitch, I got bored. I fell asleep listening to her talk. Like, child, we gonna get to Jaden in a second, but I just don't understand. Like, they could have kept this whole episode or compiled this bitch and added it to next week's episode, because what the fuck was the point? Majority of the episode was spent doing this sound check. All right, but let's continue. So, anyway, the scene switches. You see the montage of the girls. They getting their makeup done, getting dressed to get on the stage and perform. The newbies have arrived, so everybody's in the bag, getting ready to come out. The girls hit the stage, all right, and they do the performances first. Okay, so they had 2 performances from the Baddies. They did Jade and Alexis Barbie, and then they did Teseki and Biggie's song that they did. So anyway, about these performances, child, I'm like Biggie when it comes to Jalen. Like, her performance was, like, don't get me wrong, like, I like the song. The song get me hyped every time a bit, but it's just like her stage presence is like on zilch. I'm sorry. Jaden has no stage presence. She wasn't really given, but when Biggie and Teseki came on, both of them bitches had a lot of energy. They song got people hyped. They was all across the stage. Like, that's one thing. When you a performer, you supposed to be working that motherfucking stage. Left and right, honey. Everybody's supposed to see you and feel your energy. And like with Jaden and Alexis, it's like that bitch wasn't really giving no energy. She was giving more of an auntie vibe. I'm sorry. So anywho, after they did the performances, Lenny came out and he had a gift for Natalie. Child, tell me why he pulled out this big ass motherfucking Baddies CEO chain. When I tell you that bitch was big, and it was glittering, honey. It was glittering. Mind you, Natalie didn't have a Baddies chain because she took hers off and gave it to Tinkerbella last season. But the replacement, honey, the replacement was just fine. Okay. And so after Lenny grants Natalie her gift and everything, the game start. Okay, so the one particular game that we got to see was the one where the girls had to make like a sexual innuendo to Hit Me and Holler. I don't know what's up with this, but it seemed like the Baddies was slobbering over this nigga. If I would have been slobbering over anybody, it would have been Nick Cannon fine ass, bitch. I'm like, Diamond, let me be your 18th baby mama, bitch. Oh, Nick Cannon is a snap. So, and I seen him in person too, child. We went to one of his Wild 'N Out shows. What it was, the year before last when he came to Florida. They did a Wild 'N Out show in Tampa, and so we went to go see them. What it was, it's 2025, so I say 2023. We went to go see them. They came to Florida, and When I tell you Nick Cannon is, ooh, child, that nigga fine in person. No wonder he got so many motherfucking kids, bitch. I got pregnant looking at him. Shit. But anyway, child, they made Hit Me and Holla to be the snack of the fucking season, child, because Tinkerbella was on them, all other bitches was on them. So anyway, they had to make like a little sexual joke or whatever or something to Hit Me and Holla. So you had Scotty coming on there talking about she gonna let him come in her mouth. You got Akbar talking about she gonna suck the skin off his dick. Ugh. Well, Akbar came up there. Akbar went to do her little sexy shit, like trying to be sexy. It kind of made me cringe a little bit because it's like watching my auntie or my grandma do some shit like that's just nasty. I don't know. Akbar, I just can't find her sexy. Like I don't know. Like I don't know, like seeing her in that sexual, bitch, we know she's sexual because that bitch got a lot of kids, so obviously she do something right, but I don't know, child. And then you had fucking Tinkerbella, I forgot what the fuck Tinkerbella said, but that bitch right there, she's just the fucking key. She just was prowling around the men, cooing and shit. I'm like, that bitch crazy. This is why I saw Hit Me and Holla, call me. But I don't know. Like I heard Tinkerbella when she was like she would like to join the Baddies. I mean not the Baddies, but the Wild and Outcast. I don't know. She might be a good fit. I mean, she might truly indeed be a good fit. But I really think Biggie, low key, I think Biggie would make a great Wild and Outcast member because that bitch, she have the energy. The bitch, when she read, she could read when she want to. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a safe environment for her to talk her shit. I think Biggie would make an excellent addition to the Wild and Out cast member crew, if you ask me. So anywho, the games continue. The girls, they did their big window. They came on there, they showed out. Nobody fought. That was a good, everything went well. And so when they get to the back, Lenny, he basically congratulates the girls. Tell the girls like, hey, y'all did a wonderful job. This season is going great. I'm proud of y'all. Everybody looks excited and, happy with themselves, except for Ivory. She's in the back looking just miserable. I don't fucking know. She said she wasn't feeling well, feeling her best self, but I think it was a mixture of all that saltiness and maybe she got a little alcohol poisoning. Who knows? But the bitch back there looking sick. So Lenny goes on to announce that the girls will be attending an after party. And so the girls go to the after party. They get turned up. And that is where the episode ends. Okay? Like I told y'all, this episode really wasn't giving much. It was a fairly calm episode comparison to the other episodes that took place this season. What I will say though, this episode definitely was a 4.5. It was definitely a slow one. Okay, I squeezed as much as I could squeeze out of it. We spent a lot of time doing those fucking mic checks, but that's neither here nor there. It looks like next episode is going to be turned. Okay, so they're going to bring back Nunu, and that's going to have its own set of problems. Okay, Slim is going to make her appearance for the first time as the assistant for Rolly. Okay, that right there is going to have its own set of problems. Look like Slim and Summer is going to get into a fight next episode. Okay, I'm here for it. I am so here for it. And it looks like something is going to go down at the club where all the baddies are going to be scrapping. Okay, so I am really looking forward to what's going down this Sunday. Because like I said, these last 2 episodes, they have not been hitting. I mean, they've been good in the sense of like the drama. But at this point, I'm tired of the Big Ivory, Big Lex storyline. Right now, we need something a little fresher, okay? So, with that being said, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. Please, if you are new here, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also, all you guys hit the notification bell so you know when I drop a new video. With that being said, folks, I'm out. Deuces.